Oh my goodness, Mystic Bloom is alive. She is out in the world. It feels so good. And I am so excited for you all to be on this journey with me. And I was just having a conversation with a friend about, like, what does this all mean? What does it mean? The feminine faith, the feminine embodiment, the feminine remembrance. And more specifically, she was asking me, like, why do I care? Which is a big question, right? And I care for so many reasons. And I think I already spoke a little bit about feminine faith. So in this one, I want to talk a little bit more about feminine embodiment and what that means to me. Being in a woman's body, in a female body, is fucking incredible. Like, I didn't realize for so many years of my life really what it meant to be in a woman's body. The power we have that we can tap into, the creation we have, we can create life. And we can choose whether we want to do it or not. And not only can we create life, but we can create projects, we can create businesses, we can create connections, we can create relationships. Like, the fluidity and the wisdom of a woman's body is out of this world. And so personally, when I lead groups through a feminine embodiment type class, type workshop, what ends up coming through is this relationship and this union between the soul and the body. Your soul, which is here on this planet for a mission, your soul chose your body. It chose to come to Earth during this lifetime on this planet in a woman's body to accomplish what it's here to accomplish. And so in these sessions, a lot of times what happens is we play with the soul being a lover to the body and the body being a lover to the soul. And just really like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thanking this body that can walk, that can talk, that can express, that can love, that can feel pleasure, that can feel rage. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing this soul to have a place on this planet, for allowing this soul to live out its mission, for allowing this soul to have the full human experience. Could you imagine having a human experience without being connected to your body, without feeling pleasure, without feeling rage, without feeling joy? And why I believe it's so linked in these conversations, especially within spirituality and feminine faith, is because in organized religion, we are taught that pleasure is bad. We are taught that women have a specific role. We do not talk about our menstrual cycles. We do not talk about sexual pleasure. We do not talk about orgasm. We do not talk about the energy that can flow through our bodies as we can bring in pleasure from our roots, from our crowns, all the way up, all the way down. And when we get reconnected to that pleasure, reconnected to that eros, reconnected to those centers, watch out, world. Like, when that got reactivated in me, I was like, oh, okay. I understand why way back when men were scared of this and they shut it down and they conditioned us to think that it's not allowed, it's not godly, it's not divine. But I am here to tell you, oh my God, it is one of the most divine experiences we may ever have. And I personally have never given birth. I've never been pregnant. But the women who I speak to, it is a divine experience. Like, the fact that our bodies can grow life, can birth life, that know what to do, that have an intuitive wisdom is just, it's incredible. And I'm like, why are we not celebrating this all the time? Why am I just now learning how to harness my energy in relation to my menstrual cycle, my hormonal cycle? Like, we can use this as fuel. We can tap into our power centers, into our root, into our womb, to create magic, to live out our purpose. And again, our soul chose our body for a specific reason. Like, think about history and all the people who've walked this planet and like the people who've done the big things, right? Like, could you imagine if they had done it in any other body? Like in some, and this goes back to like Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and like they worked side by side, hand in hand. Yet, because of the period that we were living in, Yeshua's message through a masculine male body, like they knew that that was what people were going to be paying attention to. And he knew that more eyes were going to be on him, and that his mission in that body was to do exactly what he did. And Mary Magdalene, oh, I can't wait to go into that. Anyway, so when we talk about feminine embodiment, when I lead these workshops, when I lead these classes, it's getting back into that place. And if you've ever been with me on this journey, you know that it can bring up some things. It can bring up some trauma. It can bring up oh my gosh, I'm experiencing pleasure for me, just for me, for no one else, for the first time. Like, I didn't know I could tap into this power. I didn't know I could tap into this pleasure. I didn't know that pleasure could be a doorway to the divine. So that is one of the many, many reasons that I am passionate about feminine embodiment, that I am passionate about the feminine faith, that I am passionate about having these conversations and re-recognizing, remembering, whatever you want to call it, these bodies as miraculous vessels. Like, it continues to blow my mind. It's leaving me a little speechless at the moment. But if you can feel right now into your power center, into your womb, when we can learn to activate that center and can turn on the womb, we can turn on the heart, we can turn on the throat, we can get our messages out in the world, we can turn on the crown, the third eye. Like, when we are fully connected, all the way up, all the way down, heaven, earth, we are the bridge in between. Like, there is nothing that we can't do. I remember I was actually sitting under this like really beautiful tree that we have in our backyard, and I was having kind of a mystical vision, for lack of a better term, and a conversation with Mary Magdalene. And in the Bible and in some interpretations, it talks about Yeshua like cleansing 7 devils out of her. And she was showing me that was actually like a realignment of the chakra system. And I was like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like, wow. When we can really activate and tap into all of these centers, there is nothing that we can't do. So that is one of the reasons that I am so passionate about feminine embodiment, of getting back into our bodies, of realizing that our soul is in love with our body. Like, can we love our bodies that much as a thank you for allowing our souls to be in this world, to experience the human experience and all that comes with it? Can our bodies be that much in love with our souls and say, thank you for going on this ride with me, for directing me, for allowing me to tune into my heart, into my intuition? Being a woman is incredibly powerful. And when we gather, when we remember, like magic happens. Magic happens. So I invite you to tap in to your body. I invite you to tap into your soul. They are linked. They are in union. They are working together for your greater good. As we continue to go on this journey and explore the feminine embodiment, and this is why I believe that somatics and spirituality are tied, that we like can't really have one without the other, that we have to learn to tap into our bodies, into our wombs, into our hearts, to fully open to this human experience and to fully open to the divine experience. So thank you for listening. I look forward to your thoughts and for playing with you in the magic.